Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or like I say on my TikTok, how the fuck are y'all doing today? Welcome back. Anyways, y'all, so I just wanted to check in with you guys. I'm actually finally starting this channel, and it's been a roller coaster ride. I took a whole year to study YouTube first. For those of you who don't know, I am autistic. And I'm going to say that a lot because I need people to understand that it means I think very differently. And so I've always been called slow or behind. But I got diagnosed 2 years ago as autistic, and it changed my life, y'all. Because it gave me a reason and a purpose of why I am the way I am. And it allowed me to accept myself, to know that I'm supposed to be different. Duh, because I'm not like everyone else. I'm different. My brain operates on a different framework. I'm under the neurodivergent tree. I also have ADHD. And I'm starting to think that we're not the minority in the divergent umbrella. I actually believe the neurodivergents are the majority. With that being said, I just wanted to check in and give y'all an introduction. Thank you so much for watching my video today. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Pop in, join me for my journey. I wanted to just kind of check in with y'all today. For those of you who don't know my journey, I'm an orphan. I grew up in foster care, or actually in between foster care and living with my mom on and off, homeless. My mom struggled with some addictions. I love her to death. Excuse me, but she struggled. And so I actually have my own journey, and I'll reveal a lot more about me and my boring story, because there's a whole lot more, whole lot more to it. But for right now, I just wanted to introduce myself to y'all. This is it. This is my journey. I'm on my healing journey. I've been on my healing and my spiritual journey for quite a while now. Maybe about 5, 6, 7 years. I'm not sure. But I always knew I was in performing arts when I was younger, all the way up to college. I always knew that I was going to write a book about my life. And then social media opened up and gave us the opportunity to actually share our lives on social media with other people and reach out and make communities and make connections. And I really believe that that's a wonderful thing. I'm 48. I'm gonna be 49 this year, so that was not this is not something I grew up with. I'm just very grateful now. Chapstick, y'all. I'm very grateful now to know that it's here. And I fall in between the generation of my people that don't want to accept the internet and maybe feel like they're too old or whatever. And y'all young people gonna stop age shaming me too, because I don't feel 48, 49. Even though I deal with a lot of ageism in acting and stuff, trying to land roles or audition for roles. I'm also an actor for anyone that is looking out at my neighbors, y'all. For anyone that's new here. So, but this is my journey, Orphan Oracle on the Road, this series of Sunny Rays Days. This video is going to be downloaded under the playlist, this series of Sunny Rays Days. And it's a series just about my life and about how I got here and where I'm going. I'm a nomad traveler, growing up in and out of foster care and dropped off with strangers, or on and off with my mom. I also had a very toxic home environment with my older sibling, who was very abusive to me. My older sister, she was abusive, period, to my mother as well. But yeah, so I never felt like I belonged anywhere. And my mom died when I was young, so I just channeled forward. I had to. She was a strong person and taught me a lot of good stuff for her to have had issues with addictions. But she was a late life addict, and I watched her finish college. She would take me to her college classes. My mom was a college graduate. She was actually a lot of wonderful things, wrapped up in some of the toxicity that she had going on. So I see my mother as a very resilient person. She passed away from breast cancer, but she was a fighter, and she would fight and get clean, and I would go back home, and then she would relapse, and then I would have to go live with someone else. And she fought that demon for quite some time before she finally passed away. But she always told me, make sure I didn't do what she did. She didn't want me to walk in her footsteps. She wanted me to take the good things from what she was trying to teach me and be better than that. I actually had a mom who wanted me to be better than her, and I love her for that. With that being said, in this introduction, I just wanted to, like I said, allow you guys to know, why am I here? Who am I? And I'll keep revealing things as we go along in this journey. I just want to say hi for today. It's Monday. Yeah. I'm medically retired, so being at home all day, every day now is my job. However, being a life coach, I'm medically retired from a lifelong of careers that I had before. I was a government worker. I was a foster parent. I owned my own government licensed foster agency. Well, not agency, I'm sorry. I was a foster parent, and I was licensed and legal. And I also ran a 24-hour in-home daycare. And then I also hustled, like I am, if you looked up hustle and flow in the dictionary, I should be there, because I've worked. I had to, coming from where I came from. My family actually comes from money. My mom struggled with addiction, so I was constantly under that pressure of being better. Plus, I grew up watching wealth, even though we didn't have that, and that made me drive and be driven. And I was undiagnosed autistic, so I just didn't understand why we were the way we were, and I knew I had to hustle. I had a kid pretty young, and I live by myself, though both of my kids are grown and gone. My son is 35, my daughter is 23, and living by myself now, I really didn't have a chance to really tell my story a lot all those years growing up and trying to raise my kids, because I was still running from a lot of toxic things in my family, a lot of people trying to keep me quiet. So I always knew that I was going to write a book about my life, and when my kids grew up and went on their own journeys, that I was going to continue to hustle my ass off and build something for myself, because I didn't have anything. I've always been this entrepreneur. I've always been, my father was a musician and a singer. So even though I was not raised under music, so I don't play any instruments, I'm just now developing my voice. I feel like I missed out on a lot having a local celebrity father who chose not to be a part of my life for his own selfish reasons. We'll get into that later on, and it's also in my book. But so I had to start from scratch and build who I was. I knew I wanted to be an artist. But after I retired from daycare and my kids were grown and gone, and I'm no longer pursuing my education. I did years of college and everything like that. So I have an extensive education. I'm just not a college graduate. I have several certificates, though, several trade school certificates. I always knew that I was going to pursue this part of my life. And I always knew I had to be stable for myself. I don't have anything for myself, no family, nowhere to go. So I've always felt like this nomad. I've traveled a couple of states now, and I'm actually blessed that I just moved in. I manifested an RV. I had been working on it for like 3 or 4 years. I just knew. I knew, because I was forced to medically retire, that I was not going to have the income to be able to be a regular homeowner, like a bricks, I think they call it bricks and sticks. However, and I never want to settle in one place anyway. I don't have anybody. I don't have anything or anywhere I belong. So I always also knew that I was in love with, I wanted to camp one day. I wanted to be in the Girl Scouts when I was younger, and that just wasn't in my mom's budget. So I kind of taught myself along the way. My mom taught me a lot of cool stuff, and that's what led me to be an RV lifer. It's just me. I knew I wanted to travel. I don't belong anywhere. I didn't want to be in a permanent bricks and sticks, even though I've went through years. I'm 48, so I've been renting from bricks and sticks for years, and I just never saw myself in a big house that required all of this maintenance when I knew after everything and after I retired, it was going to be just me. Unfortunately, I've got a lot of generational curses in my family that I had to walk away from. I'm the black sheep. So even though I know I have extensive family in other places, I have a half sister that I don't talk to. I have no contact boundaries against some abusive family members. It's just me. And when tiny home living became a thing and started branching off, I had already studied real estate. I wanted to get into flipping houses, so I took a real estate program as well. Let's see, if I'm 48, I was probably about 30, so, or maybe 28ish. So 20 years ago, I took real estate and studied. I bought a home program with all these CDs back then. I know that's going to sound dinosaur for y'all generation today, but yes, I wanted to get into flipping real estate, and I learned the mindset of buying, selling, equity, investing. I always knew that that's where I had to be. And when the tiny home life jumped off, I was like, wow, you can actually have a small home to yourself. But I knew I wanted one on wheels, and but you don't want to look so obvious in an actual house on wheels. First of all, they don't allow that everywhere, and people would break into you on constantly if you want to be a traveler, not if you want to just plant yourself in a tiny home village somewhere. I see myself maybe buying some land and building a community there. I know I've met along my journey, along my way, a lot of people who have nothing or no one and would love to get into this lifestyle. So I'm even considering what it would be like to invest in some land myself and bring along some people, or allow people to come and bring their tiny homes. And if they want to plant what looks like a home on that land, fine. I think I'll always though have an RV. Like right now, my car, my truck, my SUV is converted inside as a camper. I'm always gonna want to camp now. I'm gonna always want to travel. I'm the little poor girl from the hood. I was horribly bullied, y'all. I was bullied for being the homeless girl with no clothes, and I was stinky, and it forced me to join up with groups of people that I got protection from, gang life. And I had friends that weren't gangbangers, but you could have thought they were, because my friends were, mini terrorists. But that's what I needed to do for protection. But it was all toxic friendships, because you end up just getting bullied by the people that protect you anyway. So just to imagine, I needed my life to change, and I wouldn't take anything back. I wish I hadn't gone through so much trauma, I guess. I'd take that back, I guess. But then I guess it wouldn't have made me who I am, so maybe not, because I'm also a abuse recovery coach, and I wouldn't be able to help people and even consider building this community of helping people get over or get through abuse, or coming with their tiny homes, or needing a place. I wouldn't have a reason to get into any of that if I hadn't gone through it myself. I often talk about my focus and special education is in narcissistic abuse. So, and I specialize in female narcissistic abuse due to abusive foster parents, my sister, foster monster mother, and my sister, and females that I was in relationships with that were horribly abusive. I've learned most of my specifications by being under the horrible reality of living with or being around female narcissists. So I'll make some videos about that too, if any of you are interested in healing from that. But I wouldn't be able to build those communities that I'm interested in had I not gone through what I went through. So now, knowing what I know now, and I'm a survivor, and I've gotten through everything, I guess I wouldn't change anything now. The only thing I would like to change in my future is I'm still ready to kind of finish chasing my dreams. My car is set up like a camper in the inside. I've got some things I need to do with that. I need to learn how to build those reflectix to put in my windows. I've got a couple of projects I want to do to make my car more comfortable for me to camp in it overnight. I plan to start camping this summer in my car overnight, and I'm excited about that. I live in an RV, so it's almost like I camp every day when I come home, but it's more like my house. This is, you know, my home. There's my dog. Mickey. So I can't, y'all, I'm very blessed. The only thing I've been like pretty much worrying about lately is like I've driven some really big vehicles. I was actually also, yeah, I told you I've hustled so many jobs, but I was also training at one time to maybe, I was considering becoming a bus driver. I've gotten my certificate to drive a 16 passenger van. And I was thinking about becoming I had a friend a few years ago that is a school bus driver, owned a few school buses, and even had the ability to work for the city bus company in LA. So I was even considering doing that. So I've driven some really big vehicles. My car is a 5-speed. So to be an autistic person, I will say I've been blessed with some the abilities to do a lot. I didn't know I was autistic, so I forced myself to learn a lot of things, y'all. But the one thing that I think about all the time is I think this is 34-footer, the RV that I'm living in now. And my owner knows that I would like to one day take this traveling with me. And I'm just thinking, wow, to take a 34-footer, once you get it out of its space and get it on the road, I'm sure it's not scary at all. This is something I've wanted to do my whole life. But when I think about, when I had to move to where I live now, I live in the mountains, y'all, and I came away, there's a couple of ways to get here, and I didn't know, and I took the mountainous, scary, dumb ways to die. I took that road when I moved here, and never again, and I would never take this RV down that road. But it made it up here, so I'm sure when I get ready to travel, that'll be exciting for me to pull a 34-foot trailer. But it's what I wanted, and when I tell you I manifested myself, I don't want to cry, y'all, but I manifested myself right into this. I prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed, and I manifested, and I keep vision boards or notebooks, anything to bring what I need into fruition and what I want, my heart's desires. And I just can't believe it. I still sitting here making this video. I still can't believe that just a year ago I was forced to live in my car, which that's what really sparked me to convert the inside of my SUV into a livable camper, because I was forced. Mosquitoes when you're living in nature. I live in the mountains. I was forced to live in it when I accidentally rented. I was manipulated to rent a home that was unlivable. It was really disgusting, and it took the place. I'm on Section 8. It was taking Section 8 forever to get me out of there, and I couldn't live inside the house. So parked on the outside of the house, I was forced to live in my car. And it was not nice at the time. I didn't have what I have in it now. If I ever needed to be homeless again, which I'm not speaking that into my existence, never going back to that. But if I needed to, my vehicle is now more converted into a space where I could live in. And I was living in it a year ago, January of 2022. I was living in it, and I just kept saying, please, God, if you get me out of this. I was praying for a pop-up mini tent at the time, because that's the size that my SUV is only a 4-cylinder, y'all. So it's got a small engine, even though it's a 5-speed, so it can't tow something really heavy. So I was trying to manifest a pop-up camper, because they're small, they weigh under 1,200 pounds or 2,000 pounds. My towing limit for my truck is I think like 2,500. So I was trying to manifest something small, because I just said please. I grew up homeless on and off with my mom. And then I went through years of never dealing with that again. When I had my job, I was very stable. When I was a foster care and a daycare owner, and then having a child that was born with disabilities, and then myself, my own illnesses getting worse, forced me to have to close my businesses down and pretty much go back to ground zero. So just a year ago, I was praying, like, please get me out of this, please. And I just want a pop-up camper. And what popped up is a 34-foot RV. Holy shit. Like, my truck can't tow this. But that's in the future of what all I need is a truck, a Ram 150 to tow this. I already know what I want to. And I'm just excited about my journey. But I did promise Spirit that if they blessed me with what I wanted, that I would continue my spiritual journey, which is the other channels on my playlist. Y'all see my dogs right there. I'm a spiritual reader and a life coach. And so I do both of these things. I'm giving y'all a view and a journey, a look on my journey with me, travels, my RV travels, as I find myself, find who I am through my DNA, and maybe find some family members I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot gonna go on with me. So we'll see. But I promised, as long as Spirit gave me the opportunity to have a place to live and not worry about being stuck in some group home for mentally different people or older people because I don't have family, that I would continue to do my other my life coaching, which is why I have the other channels, Pretty Autistic Mystic, and yeah. So this year we're growing this channel, and I'm just going along. I kept saying I didn't want to start my YouTube until I knew what I was doing, and I would ask people for help, but Spirit just kept telling me, do it. You'll figure it out as you go along the way. Just do it. Just start. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just starting, and I'm 100% myself, and I don't have it all figured out. But I love where I live right now. I love the people that I rent from, my owner and his wife. And that's going to allow me to be able to fix my credit because all my utilities are included in this. So the rent that I pay covers the RV rental, the land rental that I'm on, and my utilities. I want to cry. I'm not going to cry. I'm very grateful. Whew. That gives me the opportunity to take the time this year to save up a little and to fix my credit. I don't have anything major on my credit, no credit cards, no bankruptcies, no repos, nothing like that, but struggling, living under the poverty line all my life, even though I was running my businesses, the money that I was making, I was really using it to take care of those kids, and I was still a renter. So I didn't have money for bills. So on my credit is bills and phone bills and my student loans. And I'm going to be able to work on my credit this year and have some experiences from the hood. I've never been anywhere. Well, I lived in a couple of different states, but those were for other reasons. It definitely wasn't for, yay, I'm just having this time getting to know myself. I was raising kids and trying to find other people and family, and now my whole mindset about that has changed, and I realize I have everything I need within me. So now it's my turn to travel and experience some things. I've always wanted to go camping, and I consider myself a foodie. I'm not a food critic, but I plan to have a lot of wonderful experiences and travels coming up where we try some amazing food. And I'm the food stamp diva, so I plan to be able to use my food stamp in all of these places in all of these states, use my food stamp card to eat some foods, some good foods, and meet people and connections on the RV life mode, where you know you meet people, but you're not gonna see them every day, all the time. You have these wonderful memories that you make, and then you move on to the next journey. And I think that's where life is taking me right now. So this intro to myself lasted a lot longer than what I wanted it to. So I'm gonna get on off this thing today. And thank you again for joining my journey, y'all. Thank you. It was really my TikTok followers that helped me get to where I'm at. I have a speech impairment and horrible social phobias. And I've been through a lot. So it took a lot for me to be able to get on this platform and use my voice and speak and try to help, and also try to help myself. And when I think about where I am right now compared to where I was, it's amazing. And I'm excited about my future. And I hope you all are along to join me. And to, that was Mickey, by the way. And to join me on these wonderful experiences that I hope I can share with you all. And maybe through me, you guys can begin to heal as well and identify some things maybe you might want to heal or experience. Maybe I could help you what to know, or you guys can give me some tips about living on the road, and I can help you guys about traveling on the road. This is my village I created. And I hope we get big, and no matter how big we get, I hope it becomes a community then of you guys jumping in my comments and helping each other and supporting each other. And yeah, I hope to do some meetups and to do some retreats. I've done a lot of, I've done massage therapy, and I'm an energy worker and a holistic wellness life coach, and I would really like to have some really fun healing retreats or RV meetups. So it's a lot, y'all. We'll see. And also I'm pursuing my artistry, so who knows what goes for that. I'm really hoping that someone sees me and wants to collab, or I really need to manifest a vocal coach. And I'm starting at the very beginning, y'all. I don't even have equipment, but if there's one thing life has shown me, is that I started from the bottom, now I'm here. Which is still kind of the bottom. But yeah, I'm goofy, y'all, and I'm an optimist. Even though I'm a person that's a realist. Autism, we tend to be black and white thinkers, so I try to force myself out of that mold. But I'm an optimistic, goofy realist. And I believe in magic. And I believe that I'm going to be the artist I want to be. And I'm going to inspire y'all to do the same thing. There's no difference between you and me. And we're going to have some fun along the way on this journey. And so I'm going to get on off this thing. I love you guys. All right, it's time for me to get to cooking. I believe it's about 5 o'clock California Standard Time. So it's time for me to start making dinner for my dogs. And yeah, I'll catch y'all on the next video. Be blessed, be safe, be loved. Take care of your beauty. Take care of your booty. I love y'all. I hope y'all are enjoying my shorts. That's where I get my performance arts out, is when I get to do the dance challenges in my shorts and share a little bit more of my artistry. You will see my artistry, my dancing, my whatever I could do, my singing. I'm a performing arts artist, so I do a little bit of everything, and I'm not a grand professional at anything just yet. But you'll see the things that I love to do. I love to heal through the arts, y'all. Heal through music, heal through dance. And I'll be sharing those through my shorts. So I hope you enjoy watching my shorts, and I hope you enjoy watching my longer videos. This one goes to the series of Sunny Rain Days. And next, oh y'all, I'm just so proud of myself. I did a video yesterday. If you hadn't seen it, really quick, check out my Pretty Autistic Mystic. Huge anxiety, y'all, but I'm so glad that I got to my reading. It's a holistic spiritual reading, mind, body, soul. Check it out on my Pretty Autistic Mystic playlist under this channel. I only have one channel, Ridiculously Rain, but I have several playlists, small sub channels under this one channel. So that's what it is for right now, and we'll see where we grow to and where we go to from here. I love you, and I'm wishing the best for all of you all. I'm praying for you all. I'm manifesting whatever it is you guys are manifesting. I'm manifesting that with you. Okay, I love you. Be blessed. Block that bullshit. And here's to y'all. I'll see y'all soon. I love you. Bye.